on Friday, February 3rd, 2023. 2023, everybody. We'll look at the SpaceX launch site here, and the activity. What I'm knowing, the activity today was that they, over at the port of Brownsville here, just about maybe 17 miles down the road, there's a road access way to the port of Brownsville from the highway here, and a bunch of new things are coming in today, or maybe they've arrived already, but there's some big white tanks that have been arriving, and some water deluge stuff as well. And on Facebook, if you go to the SpaceX Boca Chica group, Michael Paul, Boca's brand, posted some stuff from RGV Aerial Photography, got some stuff from the port, from above. Yeah, it's been a slow week here, huh? Okay. Good to see you. Good morning to you over there. Oh, I'm not sure where you are. I've forgotten. But so I think they're bringing in some stuff from the port, if they haven't done it already. Some large water deluge stuff, and a bunch of big white pipes and things like that. Sir Chris, hey. This may be the first time I'm live streaming again with my original phone, so that's kind of cool. Hey, Alex. We're looking right at the main gate here. Hey, Carl. This is the main gate, and I just got it zoomed in past this light here, but the boosters behind there, and to the right is you can see there's a lot of dust. It's rained recently, so it's kind of interesting how there's still dust here. And then the Starship 25 is over there on pad B. But I've got it focused in right now on some of the activity going on here. This area doesn't usually have this type of stuff going on it, so it's kind of unusual to see this type of stuff going on here. It's been a while since they've had stuff over here, and been working in this area. I get on camera too in a bit. So they've got some different pallets or whatever. I'm not sure what they have here, but water deluge stuff on the en route is what I heard. I walked down the way here. I didn't see anything down by the over launch platform, or they are doing welding on the platform, and there are some grinding sounds coming from the methane tank area. So you know, there are a couple walls over to the left of here where they got those big white methane tanks, and there was some grinding going on. They had a tarp over an area, and so they're doing some grinding in the methane orbital tank farm, the methane tank area, as well as over on the orbital launch platform. There's a bunch of people up on there too. I get on camera. I'll block that light a little bit too. Let me get on camera a little bit. They let this truck go by. Okay, so good evening. Let's see. I signed up for a welding course yesterday. I heard it might be needed in the area, structural welding. So I signed up for a structural welding. Today was the first day, and I watched some videos over the previous couple days, and I did pretty good today. I had a lot of fun. And I learned that welders make like 35 an hour, all the way up to maybe 60 an hour or whatever. And so, I mean, if I had known a lot earlier in my lifetime, I probably would have picked up welding a lot earlier. It's not as I didn't really sense a lot of the fumes and stuff that I kind of imagined that welders would get exposed to, and I'm sure there was a lot of stuff going on around me, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it might be. So I had a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to keep honing my skill in this class that I'm doing. So I'll talk more about it down the road in a month or two, but just letting you know that I did my first, I've done welding over a year ago over at MSX. So I've done welding before, but I'm actually going through a course right now, and I would recommend, if you're at all interested, you might try it out. Some kids, they get out of high school and they're 18 years old and they make really good money just going straight into welding. So within a year's time, they're doing real good. So I might do some live streams of me doing the welding, but I want to get some keep doing it, and then maybe I'll open it up to other people. Hey Alex, thanks. Hey Andre, I'm with you. So you've done some welding yourself, huh, Andre? I felt really good during it, all throughout, all day today. I felt really good, and then also afterwards I felt really good. So, you know, it's nice when you can find something that you like to do, and you can also make money doing it as well. X Blake in the house. Andre says, I'm a Sundays welder warrior. Awesome. Sundays, huh? Yeah, I don't know. There's different skills, and I don't know if you've gone through any like formal classes, but it makes it a lot funner when you're being taught how. There's some good YouTube channels out there too that I've been watching as well. If you can get someone to teach you how to do it, and do it for like a full day, stick welding or whatever it is. You know, there's like a 45-degree angle, and then 45-degree angle from the horizontal, and then an angle to the vertical as well, like about a 45-degree angle, and then you pull it towards you, and it's a lot of fun. And then if you look at the aerospace welding, they have cups and different things with argon where they can keep the splatter on the back from getting oxidized and everything else. So it's pretty interesting. And then you could even go into marine welding underneath. You be a scuba diver as well as a welder. And if you're concerned about some of the fumes, you could. This is just stuff that I've been looking into a bit. Other options. You know, become a scuba. You know, if you're a scuba diver already, which I am, maybe you get into some marine welding, and then maybe you take that into space. So you're on the space station or something. It's like the next level. Maybe you end up in the Houston micro zero-G pool, and you're practicing your welding over there in the pool or something. I don't know where that would lead, but maybe. You never know. But you got to practice somewhere, right? So. But the aerospace welding, it's a lot finer and more intricate. Maybe check that out if you haven't seen it before. It's pretty awesome. There's some really good welder YouTube channels out there too. Just think, you could make an airtight, pressurized habitat or vehicle, which could go up there into space, and it could function. You know, and you could put it together in like however long it takes you to weld it. You know, you got to cut the metal and then position it, but then you just weld it together, and there's so many different things you could weld. It's pretty awesome. Tony, yeah, thanks, man. I appreciated reading your comment this morning too. Thanks, man. Otherwise, if you don't plan to go into welding, but you have a business or you want to start a space company, it's good to know what kind of welds you want done on the different structures that you're going to have for your space company. And if you want to build a rocket or maybe a liquid fuel rocket or something else, you could build much of the rocket yourself if you know how to weld, or if you take a welding class. Yeah, Alex, yeah. There's some stuff behind the scenes about that too, maybe. I don't want to speak too much, but there's always that possibility, huh? I'll tell you guys in about a month or two. And let things happen however they happen. But there's so many different jobs you can get as a welder. It's amazing. Or you can just work for yourself and put out some advertisements and just pick up work. There are some auctions I've been looking at over the last few days. I almost bought a welding rig, 251, it was up north of Dallas, just around the Dallas area. There's a auction company here. It'd be about a 9-hour drive. I didn't buy it, but I was considering it. It sold for about $400. So that's a good deal. If it usually costs around $1,300 or whatever. Oh, Tom asks, Tom Sicoli, what are your thoughts on the Chinese balloons? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I heard there was some kind of thing up in 2 different areas now, right? So that's pretty interesting. I don't know. You know, I don't know what the real story is, and et cetera, et cetera. I don't know enough to have an opinion on that one. Interesting, but I don't know. I just had a lot of fun welding today, that's all I can say. Yeah, thanks, Tony. That's awesome. Tony says, you can go places as an advanced welder, everybody. That's awesome. Thanks for the encouragement. Oh, Carl says there have been balloons before, like we're seeing now, but they didn't stay above us as long as this one has. Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, Andre. Nick Steele, awesome. Good to see you here. Yeah, yeah, thanks, Andre. Worldwide and fully paid all expenses. That's awesome. And I did a bunch of temp work over the last 1.5 to 2 years. And if I can make the same money as a welder as I've done in some of the other jobs that I've had, like over $1,000 a week or whatever, and that's good. That's a good thing, you know. I was working a temp job last year, and I was making like $4,000 or $5,000 a month, and that's really good work, guys. When you can make that kind of money, at least, that's really good. So, I mean, unless you have some kind of college degree, which I have a few college degrees, but then be able to use it, you know, that's the trick to the college degree, is not only to have a college degree, but to be able to use it and get paid for your skills. So if anyone here wants to learn how to live a long time and prevent different diseases, I have a bachelor's degree in holistic wellness. Holistic wellness. That means like preventive medicine. I also have a surgical tech license. If you need to go into surgery, I can help the doctor operate on almost any area of your body. I've been in hundreds of surgeries, posterior cervical surgery, cranial brain surgery. I've been in a couple lung surgeries, a bunch of liver biopsy surgeries, a couple kidney removals. I've been in a whole bunch of cholecystectomies. No, a bunch of those colectomies and hemicolectomies, and a whole bunch of what is it called? Where they have to take out the bottom portion of your. I forgot the word. It's been a few years. I've been in a lot of laparoscopic surgery, all kind of laparoscopic surgeries, mesh implantations, and also mesh removals, GYN surgeries. I'm not that good at GYN, but I've done a bunch of them. I'm still kind of a novice. I've done a whole bunch of eye surgery, ECCE, glaucoma removal, a couple posterior retina surgeries. I'm not that good at the posterior retina. I still need guidance from the doctor on what instruments to get, but I'm pretty good at the cataract eye surgery. All right, Carl says, had surgery 9 days ago. My wife had heart surgery this morning. Wow. Okay. Just got home from the hospital a little while ago. Oh, wow, Carl. Wow. What kind of surgery did you get, Carl? Yeah, Carl, good to have you on this side, man. Colon. Okay, what did they do? Did they do a biopsy, or did they do some type of ectomy, some type of you don't have to say it, but just asking. What is it? You had some type of fistula or something like that, or? You don't have to say, but just asking. Now, I was recommending a book to Tony this morning because he was talking about his lungs and stuff after doing all that welding. Welding can affect your life, but there are some things you can do to prevent, different types of foods that might be beneficial. You got to individualize your diet and talk with your doctor, but there's a book that I like by a nutritionist from a while back. Oh, I removed a scarred section from a previous surgery. Oh, that's cool. Nice, Carl. Good. Heart surgery though for your wife too, huh? Heart surgery. What was going on with the heart surgery? Some type of bicuspid or tricuspid valve or something like that, or maybe you needed a pacemaker or something, or what was going on there? Tony says beer and meat. Yeah, maybe, I don't know if you know about kombucha, but that's almost like beer, and it's tasty. I would say the only thing about alcohol, I would say, is that alcohol is they use it to purify and to sterilize instruments in surgery also. So the stomach creates alcohol a little bit, but if you're drinking beer, I don't know how that compares to the amount of alcohol in your stomach, but alcohol is alcohol, and it does sterilize certain things. So if there is any probiotic or beneficial gut bacteria, that's the only thing I could imagine that could get affected by alcohol. And I know when it goes throughout the rest of the body, it's probably not that good either. But there's some things you just got to do. I understand that, but that would be my only advice. Check out some kombucha if you want the alcohol buzz. Oh, she had a heart attack 4 years ago, huh? And it damaged the left side of her heart. Okay, that's where okay. These surgeries are supposed to make it beat right again. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Yeah, the blood goes into the top right side of the heart, and then it goes down to the bottom right side, and then it gets pushed over to the lungs, and then it gets back from the lungs. So the deoxygenated blood from the veins goes into the right side of the heart, and then it goes to the bottom right side, and then it goes to the lungs. And then from the lungs, it gets oxygenated in the lungs, and it gets shipped back down to the top left side of the heart. And then from there, it goes to the bottom left side of the heart, and then it gets pumped out to the rest of the body. I think that's the way it goes. I may have messed it up. It may go from the lungs to the bottom left side of the heart, and then to the top left side of the heart, and then out to the rest of the body. I forgot if it goes to the bottom or to the top first, but yep. Yeah, but it comes into the right side, goes to the lungs, and then goes to the left side, and then goes to the rest of the body. It probably goes to the bottom left side first from the lungs, and then to the top left side, and then it gets pumped out to the through the aorta to the rest of the body. That's probably the way it goes. There's a lot of interesting stuff in medicine, pre-med, and if you can get through the organic chemistry, then you could probably make it as a doctor. You know, the organic, what is it called? What is it called? Microbiology is not that hard. That was easy. That was pretty easy for me. You know, I would say microbiology is a lot easier than organic chemistry. And so if you have any interest in like why babies get blue, why some babies are blue when they're coming out of when they're born and stuff like that, you know, that's stuff you would learn as even in pre-med, going through some of the what is it called? Anatomy and Physiology 1 and 2. A&P 1 and 2. They're actually some pretty awesome courses. If you can take it where you get the cadavers, etc., the labs, A&P labs 1 and 2, that's kind of a fun course. So you learn a lot about the body when you do that kind of stuff, you know. So, and then when you see it in action, whether you're a nurse or whatever, you know, if you want to be a nurse too, you go through the same type of stuff. I think you do. I know as a surge tech, we went through all that kind of stuff, but I believe the nurses do it as well. Nurses make good money too, so if you want to make good money, be a nurse too. If you don't want to be a doctor, but you'd like to learn some stuff, or maybe become you can also be a first assistant as well. That's another type thing. Okay, wow. Tony says, God bless to Carl and your wife. Good stuff. Tony says his wife, Rebecca, had a heart transplant after getting a blood clot on her heart. Oh, wow. We had a beautiful 10 years after and got married in a hospital. Oh, that's cool. Wow. Wow. Okay, Tony says the blood comes in from the left ventricle. Okay. Wow. All right, that's about all I can see here. If you'd like to see something, let me know. Maybe I'll zoom in on this crane part here. I haven't really exclusively zoomed in on this, but that's about everything. There's not much, at least here, there's not much more. There are a lot of things over by the main gate at the build site. This is kind of the only major thing going on here that I can see. I mean, there's stuff at the orbital launch platform, but yeah, cables banging in the wind. That's right. Yeah. So maybe this will get a lot more busy over the next week. Hey Jackie, good to see you. Is it morning for you now, Jackie? Are you over there in the UK still, or are you back here in Texas? Nice to see your comments though, and very colorful pictures you got there. You don't have to donate, but I would just, yeah, you don't have to donate, but I appreciate it. And I do, I encourage you to donate, but you don't have to donate. So thanks, Jackie. I was just saying, I like your stickers there on top there. You're like the, very kind. That's all I could say. Very kind. Thank you. Jackie was telling me earlier in a kind of a message that her dad had also taken some welding a while back as well. Oh, we're here in Ocean Cam country in Texas. Oh shoot, that's awesome. I like that. Ocean Cam country. You know, earlier today I was, this morning I had 2 emails from some people. I've been doing a lot of outreach as far as reaching out to different scientists and stuff. I came across a few days ago on, it's called ResearchGate, and that's where all the different, a lot of things that have gotten published are put there on ResearchGate, because about a week or two ago I contacted them to see if I could get access to some of the German Enceladus stuff, and they said since I wasn't a researcher, they couldn't give me a login access, but they gave me kind of they gave me, what is it called? They gave me access anyway. So, and I found by going to that ResearchGate, I could type in any word, any keyword like Enceladus, and it would pop up all the different papers that have been published. Over 100 papers on Enceladus since like the 2007 timeframe, since a while back, almost 15, 18 years back, all the different papers by different scientists, and it has the names of the researchers on those papers too. So on LinkedIn, I've reached out to many of those researchers over the last almost 20 years who published papers on Enceladus, and a lot of them are on LinkedIn. So okay, I was talking with a couple people this morning. Different scientists and stuff, do not necessarily related to those papers, and they asked about like what is the what is the motive behind like why would anyone want to go to Enceladus to get water, and what's the use of it, and different things like that. So this morning, in response to those 2 emails that were asking me the same questions, I put out a post on LinkedIn this morning, and it's kind of interesting. It had application to a lot of different questions that might come up. Carl says, the barge is named Miss Lizzie. Here's a video of it coming in. Awesome. Okay, yeah, I gotta check that out too. So there's a link here in the chat for the barge coming in, I think here to the Port of Brownsville, with some of the stuff for the water deluge and other stuff. Jackie said, yes, I'm ocean cam country here in Texas. That's good stuff. SpaceX Lee, hey, SpaceX Lee. Let me zoom out. Can't really see everything here. I can move around too. I'll get a shot of the Starship a little bit, and I will get a shot of the booster once more. But I'll move to the left of the light here so we get a better shot of both of those things. Once we get to the left of the light. But you know, over the last couple of days, I could have made a couple different decisions, and I did decide to go with the structural welding, and you know, I had a wonderful time. I've been learning stuff that's going to be, one of the reasons I chose to do it is because it's going to be very useful in building different space structures, whether it's here at SpaceX or whether it's with Ocean Camera Space Corp or Embryo Space Inc. or with or for another company. That structural welding is very awesome. It's going to have many, many, many applications. But it's something I thought about, and there were a lot of good reasons why I could have done it, and I had the opportunity, and I took some action. So if something that you've been thinking about, maybe it's that time of year where people are thinking about stuff and they kind of make a decision about something. I know in the 2008 time frame, I had some ideas about something, and I took action, and I put on a big sporting event over in Hawaii. I had the money to do it, so that was called, it was really big, it was a good event. I had a lot of good time, but it was around the same time of year, so maybe you're thinking about something, you can share it with us if you'd like, or whatever. Maybe it's just this time of year. We're coming into March in another month, and maybe that's when, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere, when we start getting these ideas, some of the energy coming back alive again. And there is something called the water schools. They would say, I believe, that during the summertime is when the earth is asleep, and during the winter is when the earth is awake. If you think about all the different insects and everything else, all the different butterflies and things like that fly around, normally that energy is kind of in the earth during the winter, but then during the springtime, all that energy maybe from the earth goes into all the different insects, all the different flies and things like that, and bugs. And so you can think about the earth goes to sleep during the summer, and I believe I got it right, and during the winter it becomes awake. Kind of counterintuitive a little bit, but yep. I'll leave it here for a little bit. Cool, Tony. Thanks to Chris. You know, now that I have two phones, one of the things that I thought about doing, I haven't tested it yet, would be to do a personal hotspot to my other phone. And since the YouTube now allows you to share for somebody else to be on the same live stream, to have the personal hotspot from the phone to the other phone, which doesn't have service, doesn't have like a phone service, and to use that link from the YouTube Together type thing where you can live stream with somebody else, and just use the other phone to get a different angle, simultaneous. So both my cameras, live stream through the one phone with two different streams going from the. Now I've tried to do two streams in the past. Using one phone, but it might work. In the past, I've done it with the Nikon camera, and then just the iPhone, and streaming two streams in the past using the Nikon and the iPhone hasn't worked in the past, but it has worked where the iPhone just streamed the Nikon. I could stream one camera, didn't matter which camera it was, but maybe two iPhones could work through the one iPhone. So that's something I've thought it through. It should work if the data and everything is good enough. It could be something pretty interesting to do. Because in the past, I've said here on the stream that if anyone would like to be on, I could give them the link. I would just have to know ahead of time, and then someone else could be here simultaneous. Yeah, the split screen. Yeah, split screen. But I could split screen with my other phone too, and just do a personal hotspot and have two cameras here on site on the one show. That's what I was thinking. I'll zoom in a little bit too. Let's see what we got here. I gotta move the tripod here a little bit. Move the tripod. Here we go. I guess time to really move the tripod a little bit. Let me really move the tripod. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. So they still have that tarp around the bottom there, and the crane is still down. But since they have those big pieces coming in, maybe they'll be doing more activity here this week. So today is the 3rd of February 2023. So Monday will be the 6th. You know, a while in the last 4 weeks, there was a piece coming from Brownsville. It was black, and there were 2 pieces on this truck, and I've thought about it since seeing them. I got a little video of it too, but they could be using those big pieces to extend or add to the crane there. That's something that I've thought about over the last few weeks. So maybe they're adding some pieces to the crane is one thought I've had. I think a few days ago I saw some methane tankers here also, so I don't know if they still have any methane here on site, but it wasn't too, it was about 3-4 days ago I saw some methane tankers here. Yep, can't see that much. Can't see that much. But it is cold. I'm gonna probably wind it down in the next 5 minutes. I'll probably call it a night. That's a pretty good shot there. So during the week, Monday through Friday, I'm doing this structural welding course. Tom says, Tom Ciccoli, he says he saw an excavator digging around the launch platform today on the other side. Can't tell if it was berm work or water deluge work. Okay, Tom, that's awesome. Tony, I understand what you're saying there. I understand. 443 in the UK. And I understand what you're talking about there about spending a penny. There's a couple different things you could be talking about, but anyway, I appreciate it. Nice to see you for sure. Yeah. So I'll be during the week, Monday through Friday, I'll be doing the welding, and it's not, you know, the course will end in about whenever, you know, it'll be ending in the next, I don't want to say, but I will be finishing up, and yeah, pouring concrete too, huh, Tony? I got you. Okay. Well, whatever projects you're working on, or whatever you're doing to stay happy and healthy and make life meaningful, I'm doing the same over here. I'm trying to make life meaningful. And yeah, today was a good day. Maybe I'll get on camera. So, whatever place you're watching from, and wherever you're going, whether you're going to sleep or you're just starting your day or whatever, wish you the best whenever you're watching this from 2023 or some other time or dimension. Looking at Starship 25. We'll see where the next month to 2 months brings, and adios. I'll see you next time. Yep, good night, Carl, Tony, Jackie, thanks also. Good to see you're back in the US. Sir Chris, nice to see you up in Canada. SpaceX Lee, nice, thanks for stopping by. Andre, Alex, Andre Souza, Alex Morrow. And whether you're here in the chat or not, thank you for stopping by whenever you're watching this, wherever you're coming from. Tom Sicoli, and good on you. Be well. Adios. Take care. See you on the other side.